As millions of beachgoers will surely attest, Southwest Florida's beaches are arguably its best. But with so many great options, how do you choose which Southwest Florida destination is best for your next beach vacation? Today, we're here to help you do just that. We're Jamie and Skylar, and we've spent much of the last couple years exploring Southwest Florida beaches and sharing them with you on this channel. But in this video, we're sharing our favorite Southwest Florida beach destinations and ranking them from 1 to 10. We'll rank each destination based on several criteria such as parking and access, amenities, drinks and dining, crowds, nightlife, sand quality, and overall beauty. Not only will we explain exactly why each beach destination ranks where it does on our list, but also why it might rank higher or lower on your personal list. So let's get this list started with our number 10 Southwest Florida beach destination, Don Pedro Island. Located between Boca Grande to the south and Manasota Key to the north, Don Pedro Island is the least popular beach destination on this list and offers the most secluded feel. The reason for this is its accessibility, as there is no bridge connecting Don Pedro to the mainland. Visitors to this island must either arrive by private boat or via the Palm Island Transit Ferry, which costs $10 round trip per person and $55 per passenger vehicle. While Don Pedro is the priciest destination on this list to access, those looking to escape the crowds on their Florida beach vacation will find it to be well worth it. In fact, Don Pedro ranks highest of all the destinations on this list for its lack of crowds, as you'll find few other people on the majority of its 7-mile stretch of beach. You'll also find very little traffic on this island, as bicycles and golf carts easily outnumber automobiles. While you won't find crowds on Don Pedro's beaches, you also won't find much for amenities. And while you can find restrooms, showers, and picnic tables within Don Pedro State Park, the rest of the island's beaches offer no amenities, and swimmers will be doing so at their own risk on Don Pedro, as there are no lifeguards on the island. Shopping, dining, and nightlife are also extremely limited on Don Pedro, although you can grab breakfast, ice cream, or beach gear at Coconuts, lunch or dinner at the Rum Bay restaurant, or a souvenir at the gift shop. Beachgoers will find endless stretches of salt and pepper sand, which while not the softest, does offer a good opportunity for shelling. And if you prefer a natural feeling beach over a highly manicured one, you'll likely find the beauty of Don Pedro to be second to none. While Don Pedro may rank number 10 on our list, this destination will likely rank much higher on your list if you prioritize a secluded beach feel with little traffic, no crowds, and lots of natural beauty. Our number 9 beach destination takes us around 2.5 hours to the south, where you'll find the southernmost destination on this list, Marco Island. Renowned for its stunning 6 miles of beaches, visitors will find a more natural-feeling beach to the north and beautifully manicured resort-lined beaches to the south. While there is no charge to get onto Marco Island, accessing the beaches is on the pricier side, as parking for the day at most of Marco's public beaches will cost you $10. The island also ranks low on this list for beach accessibility, as beachgoers must either wade through a lagoon or walk all the way around the lagoon to access the famous Tiger Tail Beach. The popular South Beach, meanwhile, requires visitors to cross a busy street to access, and also costs $10 to park. We did find parking in the public lots to be plentiful, although pricey. When you do finally reach the beaches, they are absolutely stunning, with some of the softest white sand and widest stretches of beach you'll find in all of Southwest Florida. When it comes to beachfront amenities, Marco Island is a bit lacking. Tiger Tail Beach does offer restrooms, showers, concessions, and an observation tower, although all are located several minutes from the beach itself. Amenities on the rest of the island's beaches are few to none, with no lifeguards or beach rentals to be found. Marco Island ranks in the middle of the pack for crowds, as the island can feel quite congested, but with long stretches of wide beach to spread out on, the beaches themselves rarely feel too crowded. Where Marco Island shines is its drinks and dining, as visitors will find countless options for each, many located right on the beach. And while dining at one of the many beachfront luxury resorts may be on the pricier side, the island does offer some more budget-friendly waterfront options, such as Sunset Grill on the beach and Dolphin Tiki Bar on the bay. We also have to give Marco Island some extra points for Sweet Annie's, which has the absolute best ice cream I've ever had in Florida. While the island only ranks number 9 on our list, if your dream beach vacation involves lots of great drinks and dining right on the beach, it will likely rank much higher on your list. Our number 8 Southwest Florida beach destination takes us around 2 hours to the northwest, where you'll find the beautiful Captiva Island. Like nearby Sanibel, Fort Myers Beach, Naples, and Boca Grande, Captiva suffered significant damage from Hurricane Ian in September of 2022 and has a long road remaining to full recovery. And while much of the island's lodging and businesses remain closed well into 2023, the island's public beaches have all reopened. Much like Don Pedro, the primary appeal to Captiva may be its beautiful, natural beaches and lack of crowds, as you can often find a fairly secluded beach experience on the island's 5 miles of beaches. But unlike Don Pedro, you don't have to take a ferry to get to Captiva, although you will have to drive all the way through Sanibel Island. While drinks and dining options aren't nearly as abundant as places like Marco Island, especially after Ian, there are still a few great options, such as the famous Mucky Duck restaurant and the charming Boop's Ice Cream Parlor and Cafe. The beaches on Captiva themselves are outright stunning, with gorgeous salt and pepper sand and some of the bluest water we've seen in all of Southwest Florida. And while Captiva's beaches do rank high on this list for beauty, accessing them can be challenging and quite expensive. In fact, Captiva ranks near the bottom of the list for access, as parking at most of the public beaches is extremely limited or even non-existent. And while the Allison Hagerup Beach towards the north end of Captiva is one of the most stunning beaches we've ever seen, our jaws did drop a bit when we discovered the parking rate of $25 for 2 hours or $40 per day. You also won't find much in the way of amenities on Captiva's beaches, and there are no lifeguards on the island. So while Captiva Island may be a bit too sleepy and pricey for some, if you prioritize a relaxed beach vacation on a picturesque island, Captiva will likely rank higher on your list. Our next stop takes us around an hour and a half back to the southeast, where you'll find our number 7 Southwest Florida beach destination in Naples. While Naples wasn't impacted by Ian as badly as some of its neighbors to the north, it did still sustain considerable damage, including the destruction of the iconic Naples Pier. And while the Naples Pier is being rebuilt, the majority of the city's businesses are already back up and running, including an abundance of high-end restaurants. In fact, Naples ranks towards the top of this list for food and drinks, as countless options can be found in the downtown area just a couple blocks from the municipal beach. And while the majority of these restaurants are quite upscale and may be a bit too pricey for many, you can find a few downtown dining spots with reasonable prices, such as the Old Naples Pub. Getting back to the beaches, both the downtown municipal beach and the beaches further to the north are absolutely gorgeous, with some of the whitest and softest sand of any beaches on this list. And while parking at the Loudermilk Park Beach to the north is quite plentiful, finding parking for the municipal beach downtown can be a bit more challenging. We found the price of beach parking to range from $3 to $4 per hour, ranking Naples in the middle of the pack for parking and access. While Naples beaches are quite popular and parking can be a challenge, the city's 9 miles of beaches provide plenty of space for everyone. The most popular spots, like the area around the pier, will often have crowds, but if you're willing to walk a few hundred feet, you shouldn't have much trouble finding some space for yourself. Although Naples beaches do not have lifeguards, they still rank high on this list for amenities, as many of the public accesses have restrooms, showers, and concessions. And while the city's ultimate beach amenity remains out of service, Naples will likely rank even higher on this list when the pier makes its return. While Naples will surely be a bit too ritzy for some, if you prioritize soft white sand and drinks, dining, and nightlife, then Naples may rank higher on your list. Our number 6 beach destination takes us back to the northwest, where right next to Captiva, you'll find Sanibel. One of the hardest hit spots by Hurricane Ian, Sanibel is far from the pristine island retreat that it was before Ian, as many of the island's homes and businesses remain vacant due to flood and wind damage. But while the damage is still extensive, the island's natural beauty remains, and its beaches have all reopened and are as gorgeous as any. We found the beaches on Sanibel to offer a wonderful combination of powdery sand and vivid turquoise waters. And unlike neighboring Captiva, several of the beach accesses have abundant parking and some amenities such as restrooms and rinse-off stations. While the beaches offer stunning natural beauty, there are no lifeguards, accessing them can require a bit of walking, and the $5 per hour parking rate is a bit on the pricey side. We also found the beaches to be a bit more crowded than those on Captiva, but still less crowded than most of the destinations on this list. While many of the island's drink and dining spots remain closed, there are still plenty of options compared to other less built-up islands such as Captiva and Don Pedro. So while Ian has certainly knocked it down a few spots, Sanibel still ranks towards the middle of this list and will surely rank higher on your list if you prioritize beautiful natural beaches and a laid-back vibe. Now that we've reached the halfway point on this list, we do want to mention that we have individual videos for each of the 10 beach destinations. So if you're still not sure which beach is best for you at the end of this video, be sure to click on our Southwest Florida Beaches playlist for much more Florida beach content. We also want to point out that while some consider Southwest Florida to begin in Charlotte County, others believe it to begin further to the north. For this video, we're considering Southwest Florida to be any of the Gulf Beach destinations south of Sarasota. If you'd like to see our list of the best beaches from Sarasota up to Calidisi Island, be sure to check out our top 10 Tampa Bay area beaches video after this one. Now let's get back to the list. Our number 5 Southwest Florida beach destination takes us a little under 2 hours to the north, where you'll find the island of Casey Key. The northernmost destination on this list, Casey Key also offers perhaps the most stunning beachfront drive and beautiful beachfront mansions. And while living on Casey Key may be well out of your budget, visiting probably isn't, as it costs nothing to access or to park on this island. While parking at Casey Key's 2 public beaches is free, it's also somewhat limited and can fill up quickly on the weekends. But if you do find parking, the walk to the beach is short and the amenity list is quite impressive, including lifeguards, restrooms, rinse-off stations, a playground, beach rentals, covered picnic areas, and concessions. Although the sand on Casey Key beaches is quite white, it's also quite shelly and isn't as soft as some of the other beaches on this list. So the sand may not rank at the top of this list, but the overall beauty of the beach still does, as the waters are often a vibrant shade of blue. Since this 8-mile key only has 2 public beach accesses, the beaches near the accesses can get quite busy. But if you're willing to walk a few minutes towards the $1 million mansions, you'll almost always be able to find a beautiful stretch of beach to yourself. While Casey Key does offer endless amounts of beauty, its food, dining, and nightlife options are quite limited, although you can find a fantastic option for seafood, drinks, and music right on the water at the Casey Key Fish House. So while it may rank at the bottom of the list for drinks and dining options, Casey Key ranks pretty high in almost everything else, and at the top of this list for beauty. And even though Casey Key did recently sustain some erosion damage from Hurricane Idalia, the public beaches received minimal impact and the beachfront drive is as gorgeous as ever. So if your dream day on the beach involves a stunning island drive to an equally stunning beach, Casey Key could be the number 1 beach destination for you. Our number 4 Southwest Florida beach destination takes us around an hour and a half down the coast to Fort Myers Beach. Like Sanibel Island, Fort Myers Beach was near the eye of Hurricane Ian's landfall and sustained absolutely devastating amounts of damage as a result, so much so that many of the island's businesses remain closed nearly 1 year later. And while some of the bars and restaurants have rebuilt and are thriving in this once bustling beach town, many others have been forced to operate out of temporary food trucks and trailers. As Ian's destruction has resulted in far less visitors to the island, areas which were once perpetually packed with tourists are now much less crowded, and parking is much easier to find. And while Fort Myers Beach would have previously ranked towards the bottom of this list for crowds and beach accessibility, it now ranks close to the top. While parking at the majority of the beach accesses on the island is a bit pricey at $5 per hour, we did find hourly parking in the downtown area just a short walk from the beach for just $3. On the other hand, Fort Myers Beach now ranks further down on the list for amenities, as the main beach pavilion has been replaced with porta potties and the historic pier has been completely destroyed with no timeline for reconstruction. When it comes to drinks, dining, and nightlife, Fort Myers Beach would have easily topped this list prior to Ian, but even afterwards, it still has plenty to offer, including a spot with the best biscuits we've ever had, a bar with live music right on the beach, a fantastic lunch and dinner spot right on the bay, and a place to dance the night away. One thing about Fort Myers Beach that hasn't changed as a result of Ian is the beauty of the island's beaches, which offer seemingly endless stretches of white sand that rivals any beach on this list. And while Fort Myers Beach will one day return to being a bustling tourist hotspot, for now you can enjoy even the most popular areas on the beach without the crazy crowds. So if you prioritize drinks, dining, and nightlife, and easily accessible, beautiful beaches on your next beach vacation, Fort Myers Beach may rank even higher on your Southwest Florida beach list. Our number 3 beach destination takes us around 40 miles up the Gulf Coast to the beautiful Manasota Key. This laid-back Florida island has over 11 miles of coastline and one of the most picturesque beachfront drives you'll find in Florida. But due to sand dune erosion caused by Hurricane Idalia, a portion of this Manasota Key road has completely collapsed, and as a result, it's no longer possible to drive from one end of the island to the other. While each of the island's 4 public beaches are still accessible, you'll now have to drive off of the island on one bridge and back onto it on another to visit them all. As a result, this does knock Manasota Key down a spot or 2 on this list, but it's hard to find any other complaints about this massively underrated island. Getting back to the 4 public beaches, each offers ample parking and easy access, providing beachgoers with plenty of opportunity to spread out. The 2 northernmost beaches, Manasota Beach and Blind Pass Beach, offer free parking. And while parking at Inglewood Beach to the south is no longer free, it still ranks on the cheaper side at just 75 cents per hour. The furthest South Beach access is located within Stump Pass State Park, and while parking is free, access to the park is $3 per vehicle. Each of the 4 public accesses do have restrooms and picnic areas, while the most popular Inglewood Beach has more extensive amenities such as showers, volleyball and basketball courts, 3 large pavilions, and even a 900-foot boardwalk. Manasota Beach, just to the north meanwhile, offers a nice pavilion with restrooms and showers and is the only of the 4 beaches with lifeguards. While the sand at Manasota's beaches may also not be the whitest you'll find in Southwest Florida, it does tend to be quite soft, and the waters tend to be a gorgeous shade of turquoise. If you're looking for an all-out party, this laid-back island probably isn't the spot for you, although it is home to one of our favorite tiki bars in all of Florida, the Sandbar Tiki and Grill. Here you can find great food, cheap drinks, and an awesome waterfront stage for live music. And while it may not have the variety of dining options you'll find in Naples or Fort Myers Beach, you will still find a decent selection to choose from, including one of our favorite weekend brunch spots, Magnolia's. Overall, Manasota Key ranks towards the middle of the pack or above in every category, making it one of the most well-rounded beach destinations on this list. So if you're looking for a laid-back island with something for everyone, Manasota Key could be the number 1 beach destination on your list. With 8 Florida beach destinations down, we've got just a couple more to go. And as we wrap up our list of top Southwest Florida beaches, we want to hear from you. So at the end of this video, be sure to share your personal top Southwest Florida beach in the comments. And if you know of a beach destination that wasn't in this list but should have been, we want to hear that too. Our number 2 Southwest Florida beach destination takes us just a half hour down the coast to the charming island of Boca Grande. While Boca Grande did sustain substantial damage from Hurricane Ian, life on the island for most is back to normal, as most of the businesses have reopened and the community is back to looking straight out of a postcard. But visiting this beach destination is on the pricier side, starting with the $6 toll just to get onto the island. Although accessing the island may cost you, parking will not, as the island's 18 public beach accesses are all absolutely free. In fact, with so many free beach accesses and a relatively small amount of tourists on the island, Boca Grande ranks at the top of this list for beach accessibility. The island also ranks high in terms of crowds, as the multiple accesses allow beachgoers with plenty of opportunity to spread out and claim a large stretch of beach to themselves. Traffic is also rather light on the island, as many of the island visitors and residents choose to get around via the island's biking and golf cart paths. Boca Grande also ranks high in terms of beauty, as the island's picturesque downtown is close to old Florida perfection. While the vast majority of Boca Grande beaches have no amenities to speak of, you can find restrooms, showers, and grills at the Boca Grande Lighthouse Beach, as well as the historic 100-foot lighthouse. And while Boca Grande's beach amenities don't rank at the top of this list, the beaches themselves sure do. Though its sand may be a bit shelly and isn't the widest, the island's blue waters are absolutely gorgeous, as are the paths leading to and from them. One of the few areas where Boca Grande doesn't score high on this list is drinks and dining, mainly due to the price. And while the island does offer a decent number of options, we found most of them to be overpriced. But we did still find some great food at a decent price at Tortuga Mexican Street Cuisine. So while Boca Grande may be a bit on the expensive side for some, if you prioritize easy access to beautiful beaches and a picturesque downtown, then it may rank even higher on your list. With 9 Southwest Florida beach spots down, only one more beach town remains, and that takes us 30 miles up the coast to the #1 beach destination on this list, Venice Beach. While the most popular Venice Beach may be the one in California, the one in Florida is where it's at. Like Manasota Key, Venice Beach offers a laid-back vibe with several public beach accesses. Also like Manasota Key, Venice Beach ranks average or better in each of our categories, making it one of the most well-rounded beach destinations on our list. Perhaps our favorite thing about Venice's beaches is the variety. The municipal beach offers a gorgeous stretch of coastline with powdery soft sand, and great amenities including a snack, beach rental, and souvenir shop. A little to the south at Brohard Beach, you'll find the famous Venice Fishing Pier and the equally famous Sharkies on the Beach, perhaps the best and most popular beachfront restaurant in all of Southwest Florida. Further to the south, you'll find a completely different beach vibe at Casperson Beach. Here, the sand turns dark, the amenities are limited, and searching for shark teeth is the most popular beach activity. In fact, this beach is known as the shark tooth capital of the world, where beachgoers can find hundreds of shark's teeth in a single day. And although we're not that into shark tooth hunting, we still can't get enough of the natural beauty of this beach. Parking at Casperson Beach is abundant, and like the other public beaches in Venice, it's also completely free. And while Casperson Beach and Broward Beach to the north do not have lifeguards, the municipal beach near downtown does. Speaking of downtown, you'll find an outstanding variety of dining options here, just a 10-minute walk to the east of the municipal beach. One of our favorites is Croissant & Company, our go-to spot in Venice for breakfast and coffee. Now, if you're looking for a party on the beach or a vibrant nightlife scene, Venice is probably not the best beach destination for you. But for just about anything else you could want out of a Florida beach town, Venice has you covered, making it our #1 Southwest Florida beach destination. Would Venice be the #1 Southwest Florida beach on your personal list? Let us know in the comments. And if you still haven't decided on your favorite destination, or just want to see more gorgeous Southwest Florida beaches, then go ahead and click on this playlist right now. Thanks for watching!